Well, I thought it'd be interesting to put my gear video together for the things I'm going to take on the Appalachian Trail hike. The hike's in starts in this weekend. I'm starting on the 25th, or at least I'm flying out then. And I thought it'd just be interesting to kind of record what I plan on taking. So this is going to be the items that I plan on carrying with me on my Appalachian Trail journey. All right, I'm going to start with the items I'm going to wear. And so, right off the bat, I've got my hat with my clip-on light. Um, then I've got some things in my pocket, TP, chapstick. I'm going to take, this is the only knife I'm going to take. It's a little micro Leatherman, and it's got tweezers, scissors, a small knife, some small tools, bottle opener, that sort of thing. Then I've got a mini Bic lighter. Here it's going to be my money, my credit card, and my driver's license. That's all I plan on taking there. Then I've got my sunglasses, my readers, which I'll keep in my pocket. And then a friend gave me this as emergency paracord bracelet. So I'm going to wear that on my wrist. Then for my clothes, I'm going to take some Darn Tough socks. These are the crew version of that, and because they're a little bit lighter than the calf version. Then I've got a overshirt, this one. It's a button down. Then I've got an undershirt, which is merino wool long sleeve, and it's fairly heavy. And then I've got some North Face pants, and I really like them. They're stretchy. They got lots of pockets. They got a good big side pocket for my phone, that sort of thing. Then I've got a belt, my undies, and then I'm not taking this, but I wanted to put this out here because all of my external clothes I sprayed with permethrin in order to keep bugs away. So that's going to be, also my shoes. So I'm wearing them. They're my boots. They're Merrell leather. I've got them waterproof treated. And I'm going to wear them starting off because of the snow and ice and cold rain conditions. But when I wear these out, I'll probably switch to trail runners as my next pair. Then switching over, this is my backpack. My backpack is a Gossamer Gear pack. It's got a really nice big pouch, which is why I like it. It's super light, and I've got a Z-Pack Cuban fiber liner to keep the water off my gear. In the pockets, I've got a little mini permanent marker, some more TP, some sunflower seeds, and my sunscreen. I like the spray. I don't feel like the spray sunscreen migrates and gets in my eyes near as bad as the lotion stuff, so I really like this. And then in my other pocket, more TP, a mask, and then a Ziploc to put my phone in really wet weather or bad weather. There are some other things, but I'll get to those, mostly electronics that I'm going to have in here, like my InReach and my headlamp, but I'll get to that when I get to the charger. I've also, and here's my bug net, very important, and I've sprayed this with permethrin also. And then I added these just real recently. These are pouches for water, which is going to free up some of my space here in my side pouches where I was going to keep my water. And also, I could put my phone in here for easier access or anything that I want, because these pockets really aren't that big. So that's my pack. For warmth, I've got for sleeping, I've got a puffy jacket that I'm going to be wearing. That's an REI down jacket. And then I've got a First Light synthetic puffy pants. And I plan on wearing these. These pants are dual purpose because I can wear them if I'm really cold in the mornings out, but also can sleep in them. This puffy jacket I only plan on sleeping in, but I also have the matching synthetic puffy jacket also, which is what I plan on wearing out when it's cold. So that I plan on wearing out. And then this I plan on just wearing in the tent. Moving on to my food. Had some good friends give me some luxury meals. So I'm going to start off taking those. I'm not going to go through all my food because food really changes. I'm going to be resupplying every 3 or 4 days, so food really changes as I go. I'm not going to go over that, but that's the food that I plan on bringing, at least starting with. My food bag, what I have in here are the things. This goes actually inside my Cuben fiber food bag, which is right here. And I put it in this mesh bag because with all the food in there, some of the smaller items get lost. And now I can just quickly pull this mesh bag out. But I've got a butane lighter, a long-handled titanium spoon. This is just an algae bottle with soap. I've got my cut-off toothbrush. Got some cigars for the first day. I guess the night before we start the Appalachian Trail. Some more TP, a light load towel that I've unwrapped because I just like them that way. My toothpaste, and then this is my bear hanging bag, which has my slick line in it, 50 foot of cord for throwing it over a tree and pulling my bear bag, my food bag up in order to hang it to keep it away from bears. So that's my setup basically in my food bag. Then for warmth, I've got leather gloves, which I have treated with oil to make them more waterproof. These are the original inserts that came with my Merrell boots, and I've replaced them with some cushier insoles, which I'm not sure I've warmed up to yet. But I'm going to take these because they're super light, and if I just really still don't like the new inserts that I bought, I'll switch back to these. And maybe if I wear these inserts out, maybe I'll switch back to these too. So that's that. Then I've got a pair of really light shorts that I'm going to be taking, and that's mainly for if I'm washing all my clothes and I have to have something to wear while I'm waiting for my clothes, I can do that as an alternative to having to borrow clothes or having to wash multiple loads. So I've got something to wear while I'm washing. I got an extra pair of socks. These are exactly the same as the socks that I showed you over there. I got a synthetic beanie hat. I've got a buff, and all this has been sprayed with permethrin. Then I've got 2 sets of liner gloves. Mainly because I bought both of them. This was a fairly expensive and this was super cheap, but I love both of them. And I figured, if one gets wet, I can switch out to the other one. They're both pretty light. And if it turns out one's good enough and I don't need the other one, then I can just, leave one in a hiker box for somebody else to use. So I'm going to start off with both of these starting out. And then I've got my Wild Game Feast little light day pack, just for, I'm going to put this stuff in here initially, but I could, empty this out and use this for a day pack, or if I'm going to go get water and I need, to carry extra stuff. It's just a really light little bag that's kind of dual purpose. Okay, moving on. So this is my electronics bag. It's just an empty dry bag right now, but all this stuff here fits in it. Here's my miscellaneous material, which is some bungee cord. I use the bungee cord. We'll get to my camp shoes here in a minute, but I have extra bungee cord because my camp shoes, I wanted to use them dual purpose for crossing streams, but they don't have anything to hold the heel, to hold the shoe on. And so these bungee cords will go through those holes, and I can do a makeshift heel strap for crossing streams. So that's what that's for. And this is just repair tape. That's a converter for my phone so I can listen to wired music. This is just an adapter for my little pump in case I want to blow up something that takes a regular blow-up valve. I've got this is just a converter for my phone to go from USB B to USB-C. So just some miscellaneous things like that, some tenacious tape, patch repair kit, that sort of thing. So that's just the miscellaneous stuff in there. I guess I'll go across the top here first. Then these, I just bought these recently. These are gloves that are actually to go over an arm cast to keep water off it, like if you take a shower, but they're really light, and I'm really concerned about my hands being wet and cold. So I thought if it was really raining hard out and I'm hiking, I could put these plastic gloves, which go, up to your arm. I'm not showing that very well, but they go all the way up to your arm, the middle of your elbow, and they're mitts, and they just, for keeping water off. So I thought I'd use that. More TP. This is my day use pill bag. So I've got some Aleve, some Benadryl, Nexium, that sort of thing in here that I take. So those are just my daily pills, and then I have my medical kit, which has water purifying pills, Band-Aids. This is floss. I've got a needle in here with more Aleve, and then antibiotic pills for Giardia, Lyme's disease, that sort of thing in here. A little bit of salt packets. So just real light medical kit supplies there. Electronics. This is a pump for blowing up my mattress, but it also is a light. I had a smaller pump, and I was going to take a separate light, a dome light, that was rechargeable, but this is dual purpose now, and so for a little bit more weight, it's actually in aggregate it's lighter, but it's a little bit heavier than my original pump. But I like the dual purpose of the light. Also, this has got a big enough rechargeable battery that it'll give you half a charge on your phone if you want to use the battery that's in here for charging your phone. So it's kind of triple use. Then I've got my earbuds, my Garmin InReach. This is a satellite text communicator. I've got my Nightcore headlamp. I've got my Garmin watch. This is a rechargeable razor, just for trimming and things. And then I've got my battery bank. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank. It'll give me 2 charges on my phone with this guy. So that, plus my phone, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then my phone is 8. My charging plan is to take this. This looks big and bulky. It is bulky, but it's not that heavy. I've got enough cords on here to charge all 8 items along with this. This has got 6. This can charge 6 items. Then I've got this little dual here that'll charge 2, and that makes 8. And I can charge all of my electronics with one sitting, which hopefully will save me some time when we go into towns to resupply. I won't have to, spend 20 hours charging everything. I can charge it all at the same time. If I got one plug, I can do 6. If I can find 2 plugs, I can do all 8. So that's my plan there. All right, moving on. These are really wind pants, but these are my pants for keeping water off me. So rain gear, and then I've got a pretty heavy. I had another Gore-Tex rain jacket, and I swapped it out for this one because it was wetting out, and I'm hoping this one won't wet out, but it's quite a bit heavier. But the combination of this with these lighter rain pants is the same weight as my heavier Gore-Tex jacket and Gore-Tex pants. So it's same weight, but I get a much better jacket, not quite as good pant. But I like this combination a little bit better. Moving on, this is a Z-Pack rain poncho, which this is great for keeping the water off of me, but the poncho is a dual protection for me, but also is big enough that it'll go over my pack and keep water off my pack also. So, and this will double as a ground tarp as well. Then back, I showed you some of the sleeping gear over there, which was the puffy pants and puffy jacket. But my underclothes for sleeping, I've got sleeping socks, which are more darn tough socks. I've got a sleeping wool hoodie. That's a long sleeve wool hoodie. And then I've got some merino wool long underwear bottoms. So I change into these for sleeping. If it's cold, I put the puffy jacket on and the puffy pants. If it's hot, I just sleep in this. And with my quilt and mat sleeping pad, I should be good, I'm hoping. This is my cook pot. So I'm not going to open it up, but it's a titanium cook pot with a insulated cup inside it with a lid. And inside that, I have another light load towel and my cook stove. And so it's MSR Pocket Rocket 2. So that's all inside there. This is one of my 3 water bottles that I plan on taking. The other 2 I keep inside this will go in my big pouch on my backpack, but I keep them in here. So I'll talk about those in just a second. I'm going to keep going down here so I don't miss anything. This is my Platypus water filter. It's a high volume water filter. It screws on to lots of different types, but smart water bottles plus the Dasani bottles. This is for large water capacity. If we're ever getting in an area, this will hold 2 quarts. I think it's 2 quarts of water, just for carrying capacity. Then I've got a banana. I've got an extra cup. This is a collapsible cup. I like that because I have 1 cup in here, and this will be my second cup, and that way I can have hot chocolate or some kind of drink and eat at the same time, depending on which cup I want to use for which. This will probably be my drinking cup, and my other one will probably be my oatmeal or food cup. But I like being able to have something to drink at the same time that I'm eating, so I wanted an extra cup. These are scent-free sacks, and I thought that would be I had some friends give me that, and I really like the idea because a lot of times I'll be in my tent and I'll be going through my stuff and I'll realize, oh, I forgot a candy bar in my pocket or found something that I think gives off too much scent. And what I can do is just stick it in here rather than having to go get out of my tent, go to my bear hanging bag and lower it and, put it in there and then raise it back up, all that headache. So I'm hoping that works for me. Then I talked about these are my camp shoes, super light, really light camp shoes. Like I said, I can put a bungee cord, tie it here, and it'll go around my heel if I'm crossing any streams to keep it on my foot. This is a tent stake, but it doubles as a trowel. And I've got the 10-inch, I think that's the 10-inch mark. I marked how deep they're supposed to be on what they recommend. So I think that's 10 inches. Let me see here. No, it's 6 inches. So I can dig to the right depth, but I figured I'd use that as a dual purpose in case I bend one of my stakes or break it or lose it. I can use this as a tent stake also. Then this is my bathroom bag. This is a Cuban fiber sack that my tent went in, but I don't plan on using it for my tent. I plan on using it for my trekking poles because my trekking poles, a lot of times they get muddy and gross. And so I don't want them, if I'm going to stick them in my backpack, I don't want to get it, so I'll put it in here. I can also use it for my tent if I need to. So this is my Z-Pack Cuban fiber tent. It's the triplex, which is really for 3 people, but the duplex is what most people use, but I wanted a little more room because I wanted, if it's nasty outside, I want to be able to pull all my gear inside my tent, not just be under my vestibule. And this has 2 vestibules, but the vestibules don't always do a great job protecting your gear. So that's why I think I wanted enough room I could pull everything in. And then these are my tent stakes that I'm going to use with that. This is a really light, just a mat to put down. I can sit on it. I can lay down on it. It keeps mud off of things. I can use it to kneel on when I'm getting in and out of my tent. I could use it as a little extra thermal protection underneath my mat if I want to sleep. So a lot of versatility in that. And it's, like I said, it's 2 ounces, so it's super light. This is my sleeping system. This has got a quilt in it. And it's got my air mattress and my pillow. It's a blow-up pillow. So those three things I'm hoping are going to be, you know, with the, I think I've got a 5R factor on my sleeping pad, and my sleeping bag or my quilt is a 30-degree quilt. So I'm hoping with that, with my puffy pants and my sleep system, that's going to be good enough. Now the quilt is fastened onto the sleeping pad, and I never, you know, a lot of the complaints with using a quilt is you got to, you know, assemble it and disassemble it. I don't do that. I just leave it all together. I roll it up, all assemble it. So when I unroll it, it's all assembled, and I just use my pump over there to blow it up. So I found that to be very convenient. I think that's everything. So I'm thinking, last time I weighed all this, not counting obviously, you know, not the food, not the stuff I'm going to wear, but the stuff I'm going to put in my pack, it weighed in at around 21 pounds. So I've switched out a few things, so I'm interested what I really end up with, but that's going to be roughly it. But that's my plan. So I sure, you know, that works out for me, but you know, that's what I'm taking. I'll just adjust, buy other gear if it looks like that I need something else. But that's it. Just wanted to share that with everybody. So hope everybody's having a good day, and I'll make another video later, probably maybe on how I pack my backpack. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.